Hi friendly friends, it's Amy from Savor Salvage Scent, and I hope this finds you well. For those of you who are new to the channel, this mostly focuses on all things perfume or fragrance related with an occasional other creative or DIY project. And for those of you returning, thank you so much for supporting, encouraging me, and contributing to the conversation. I learn a lot from you as well, so thanks. If you enjoy this video or content, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up below. And also, if you haven't already, I hope you will click the red subscribe button so that we can stay in touch. So today's topic, I'm going to try to challenge myself to do a kind of quick blush video. This is all going to focus on some of my favorite raspberry, strawberry, and blackberry perfumes, so summer berry perfumes. I'm not going to talk about every note or even the nose in this case. I'm going to do a quick run through. I have, I think, 11 or 12 scents here, and I'm going to start with, I'm breaking them up into three categories. One, more complex. Two, kind of what I would call mid-range or interesting, so not super complex, but not, I would say, not a Solinote or a Soliflor or a body spray kind of ease. And then third, I'll talk about a few that are just very simple, easy body spray, Solinote kind of experience. So, diving in the complex category, I first will talk about, I have a little bottle here, a vintage bottle of Givenchy's Hot Couture, which a lot of people love. This I would call raspberry orange pepper. It's interesting when I read about this, often people talk about one of the things that's love or hate with people is that it can be smoky for some people, too smoky. I weirdly don't get much of that at all. Maybe it's because of my vintage bottle. I definitely get more powder and lipstick than smoke. So I get raspberry orange pepper and kind of a powderiness. Definitely has a bit of a vintage feel. I think this was created in the 80s or 90s, and it feels that way. I would say this is just a strong like for me. All of these I like enough to wear. Some of these I would say are a love and some are a like, and this is kind of a like for me. Next, this I honestly purchased because it was so affordable and for the bottle. This was at discount stores recently. It's Brooks Brothers, Madison. And I think it's interesting because I believe this is marketed towards young girls. I think the bottle is gorgeous. Honestly, I was like, I have to have it just for the bottle. I think I paid $9 or $10 for this. This is really cool and bizarre. I would say this is a strong like, not a love. But what do I get from this? I get raspberry, rose, and leather is listed as a note. I get more suede than leather, but definitely strong. As strong or more strong than, I would say, the raspberry and rose. So the fact that this was like marketed, I believe, to younger women, I'm kind of surprised. This to me is so unisex. Actually, it leans even more male for me. I mean, as far as how male scents are marketed. I love it though. It's again, raspberry, rose, suede. Very cool. I would even call this kind of punk or different. But very cool. So this is Brooks Brothers Madison. I would also call more complex scent. Next is a scent called The Honored Ghosts by Alkemia. This is a niche house out of Amherst, Massachusetts. It's interesting because on the site it talks a lot about this being a tea fragrance, but what I get is raspberry, cinnamon, honey, and like an really sweet incense. This is a strong like for me too. I would say, frankly, not a love. Really cool. And if you like incense, if you like raspberry incense, I would say this is like going to be a bomb fragrance for you. These run around, I think, 35 or 40. Really great house. So one of my favorite niche houses. So yeah, this I would call raspberry, honey, incense with a little bit of maybe even candy and cinnamon. So Alkemia is The Honored Ghost, a more complex raspberry fragrance. Last in the complex category, and probably I would say one of my favorites in this group. This is relatively new to me. This is Guerlain's Petite Robe Noir. Now here's what's important to know though, is it's the couture version. I believe this is no longer being made, but you can still find it. I got this giant 3.4 ounce bottle for I think 60 some recently online. This is incredible. Oh my gosh. If you've experienced any of the Les Petite Robe Noirs, this is kind of the raspberry version. The others are really cherry focused usually, I believe, with maybe an exception or two. There's a lot of flankers. This is raspberry. And what else do I get? I get, so raspberry, and you get a little bit of, I would say, to me, like other floral and fruit, but as important is I get patchouli, vetiver, tonka, and moss. So it's interesting because it's, again, marketed as this strongly female scent, and there are qualities like that, but to me there are very unisex or male qualities too. Like the patchouli, vetiver, tonka, moss are just as strong, and so that combination, this is exquisite. I think it's so sophisticated. It's so interesting. A lot of you will be familiar with Les Petite Robe Noir, but this is a really interesting version, and I don't think many people wear it. So I think you'll smell really unique if you do. So another great complex raspberry scent, Guerlain's Les Petite Robe Noir Couture version. All right, now we're going to move into the category that I would call kind of interesting. So like not super complex, but also not super simple and easy either, kind of right in the middle. This next one is a really new one to me, shared by my friend Molly. Hi, Molly. This is the company Solinotes. They are a like French pharmacy perfumery, and they make scents that focus on one note, but they often have other things in it. So this I would not call super simple actually, because it has other things. I'll tell you quickly what they are. I get raspberry and blackberry. It's, oh, by the way, this is called Mure, M-U-R-E, which must be, I'm guessing, I forgot to look, the French name for berry or raspberry, maybe blackberry actually. So it's raspberry and blackberry, but it's brightened by lemon and bergamot. There's other things in here, but I was expecting, honestly, this to be too sweet for me when I was like, oh, it's just going to be a berry or blackberry fragrance. It's not. It is so cool. It's very bright from the lemon and bergamot. So this is just a test or decant for me to get to know it. Solinotes Mure, which is a wonderful raspberry blackberry scent, but very bright. Next in the kind of interesting or mid-range is Salvatore Ferragamo's Signorina Misteriosa. I have featured this in another video that I've done that focuses on creamy or lactonic scents. This is blackberry and cream. It has like it's very sweet, I would say. It's thick and sweet, perfumey. It's interesting, when I read about this, a lot of people really favor this in the winter, but I sprayed this today on this hand, and I think it smells incredible. I'm really amazed. I actually think I like it better in these warmer months. I mean, it's definitely spring weather today. It's like 60, but it's really good. It's not too creamy for warmer weather. Signorina Misteriosa by Salvatore Ferragamo. Wonderful, creamy blackberry scent. Gorgeous. That is a love for me. So was the Solinotes. Just, I love them. Next is a scent I've spoken of recently, but I don't think I've heard anybody else ever talk about it. It is by a company called Pharmacia. This is sold at Anthropologie, maybe other places, I'm not sure. Very affordable, I think around 20 bucks a bottle. This is called Rose Epice. It's E-P-I-C-E, and which I believe this means spicy pink. When I first got this, I was frankly, not that I don't like some rose fragrances, but I was afraid it was going to be a rose fragrance and therefore perhaps challenging. It's not. It's raspberry. It is like, what do I get? Sweet and spicy raspberry. This could be worn all year. It's strong enough that maybe on a super hot day it might be a little thick, but otherwise it's wonderful. I've read a person compare this to, and it feels very much this way to me, both the Guerlain Couture raspberry scent and this Pharmacia Rose Epice, that it shares similarities to Guerlain's French Kiss, which is an incredibly expensive scent. I smelled it at the flagship store. It's, I think, $200 or $300, and it's crazy gorgeous. So I love that it's got that feel. It's not exactly like it, but Really great scent for cheap. So again, raspberry and berries in general with a little bit of spice and sweetness. My friend Molly thinks it smells very candy-ish, and I could see that as being raspberry candy for sure. Last in this kind of mid or interesting list is sadly a scent that I don't think is available right now, but you might look into it with the perfumer or see if it comes back, because I believe he re-releases things sometimes. This is a scent by Ganache Parfums, and it was created around a whole line, and I hope to do a theme around this of soda scents or sparkling scents. Guilty pleasure, I love red cream soda and Red Pop. It's my favorite soda. I don't have it very often because I try not to, I try to be a little healthier when I can, but I absolutely just love the scent of it. I've always loved the scent of like red candies, like Twizzlers and things like that. That is what this smells like. It is called Red Pop by Ganache Parfums. And to me, what it smells like, the things that come out in it are raspberry, a little bit of lavender, tonka, and then I don't know how else to describe it, but he's nailed that that powdery chemically smell that comes with Red Pop, which I really love. It's not for everybody. A friend of mine smelled this recently and she was like, I don't know about that. I absolutely love it. It's got this kind of sparkling, powdery quality. I absolutely love it. So I think this is about 30, 35, something like that. So if it's of interest to you, maybe keep an eye out, maybe on discount sites like eBay, or maybe get in touch with the perfumer. It's an independent house called Ganache Parfums. So Red Pop. So the last two that I'm going to talk to you about, I find to be like really simple, not in a bad way, but like in a way that it's a really easy grab. I would say these could easily be worn by teens, but also, grown people, and feature berries, and I think they're just really fun. I know some people might find them to be not sophisticated enough, but I think they're really good for what they are, and I actually wear them a lot and love them a lot, and I have no shame about it. The first, or actually there's three, I'm sorry. One is just, I have a tester now that I would like to get more of. Also an independent perfume house called Kyse or Kyse, I'm not sure, let me know if you know Parfums. I think they're out of California, I can't remember what part. But this is called Sérénade à Fraises, which is, I believe, like strawberry song. It is just the most straightforward, I would say, strawberry and whipped cream. It's not just strawberry for me, but definitely strongly strawberry and whipped cream. Her scents are really affordable, and you can try them in these little drams first for practically nothing. So highly recommend that. And then the other thing is they have really cool complementary products. So like creams and things like that, so you can totally walk around smelling like strawberries and cream. Next is Bath and Body Works. I bought this and it didn't have the cap, but apparently I think it's sold with a cap. This is the illustration from I think a year or two ago. This is the strawberry pound cake. This to me is one of the coolest body sprays, and yeah, I know it sounds probably maybe even juvenile to some of you, but that smells exactly like what it is. You smell like strawberry pound cake with whipped cream. It smells like the dessert. Exactly. And people compliment this. And, of course it's one that needs resprayed through the day because it's light, but it's fabulous. And when you can get this on sale sometimes. So strawberry pound cake, and again, it has the complimentary products. I think they have new packaging now, but freaking amazing as far as a body spray and a gourmand. Last but not least, this is a scent that was sold by Good Chemistry in Target. I believe that it's been discontinued recently, but you can find it like in discount stores right now or online. This is called Sugar Berry, and it's by, again, Good Chemistry. I think I got 2 bottles of this recently because I like it so much at TJ Maxx for like $9 or $10 a piece. For those of you who love and or are familiar with Aquilina Pink Sugar, this is very, very similar. It's a little more strawberry, and take out the licorice. So it's really like spun sugar, so cotton candy, strawberry. That's about it. And then when it dries down, you get more of the sugary scent than the strawberry. Again, it fades fast, but for $10 a bottle, I'll spray this a couple times a day. And I just love the way it makes me feel. It's really happy. delicious, light, wonderful. So Sugarberry by Good Chemistry. So I would love to hear from you. What are your favorite raspberry scents? I know there are a lot missing here, but I'm focusing on what I own right now, but I'd love to hear about what you like. Are there any favorites here that I've talked about, or is there something I should be looking into that's strawberry, raspberry, or blackberry? Talk to you soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.